Now let's talk about relative valuation, or the value that you can find from the other firms, right? The other firm that share the same characteristic of your firm. Okay, I will use this example to explain the principle. Let's say Mr. S wants to buy a new house in Washington D.C. So he needs to walk around, okay, around the Washington D.C. and see what should be his place. Like he walk around, look around, and then he find out, oh, this kind of house he want to live, right? He knows what he wants, and what should be the question. Question is how much should he pay for it, right? And how does he know? Okay, how does he know the price? Okay, so Mr. S go around and looking the price, pay for the house in the neighborhood. So you see many house, and then look at this picture. First house is 100,000, second one 25,000. He might be wondering, is cheaper better? Not at all, right? Not at all, because different quality, different quality. So he need to look at the same quality that he needs, right? And then what? He find out what the same quality of house that he need. So what should be the price that he should pay for it? The price or the maximum price that he should pay for it should be what? No bigger than what? The average of the price, yes or no? The price of the same quality of house. What about stocks? What about stocks? We use the same concept. You see, we have Dell, Apple, and HP. Is cheaper better? Which one cheapest? Dell cheapest, $14.3 per share. Can you even compare the price? Is cheaper better? Maybe no, right? Different quality. So what you need to do is to standardize first. Standardize the price. How? Divide the price by the common variable, like what? Earning, right? Earning per share. So you get, if you divide price by earning, you get PE, right? PE ratio. If you divide price by sales, right? Sale per share, you get PS ratio. If you divide price per share by cash flow, you get price per CF ratio. But if you buy price by book value, you get PBV ratio. Those are called multiples. Okay, and a unit of multiple is times. For example, if PE ratio equal to 5 times, PE ratio equal to 5 times, it means what? Investor willing to pay for $5 for every $1 earning per share. Okay, higher PE means more expensive in terms of investor, more expensive. Okay, and the variable that you use can be from current, trial, and forward. That's why we call current multiples, trial multiple, and forward multiple. Current multiple, like current PE ratio, we use what? The most recent earning per share that published in terms of financial statements, right? Trial PE ratio means they use the last 12 months, the most current 12 months of what? Earning per share. That's why we call trial PE ratio. And forward multiples mean they use what? Expected earning per share as denominators. So let's look at forward PE, right? Forward PE, you divide price per share by expected earning per share. So you divide price of Dell by expected earning per share for Dell. PE, again for Apple, you divide price per share for Apple with expected earning per share of Apple. HP, you divide price per share of HP with what? Expected earning per share for HP. And you get Dell PE ratio 7.08 times, Apple 4.5 times, HP 5.57 times. Now, they are the same unit because you divide by earning per share, right? So which one is the cheapest? You can tell, right? This one is Apple, 4.5 times, right? Investor willing to pay $4.5 for every $1 earning per share compared to 7.08 and 5.57. Apple is the cheapest. Okay, so what about price? You know Apple is cheapest. What about the price that you should pay for Apple? So you just take what? The PE, right? Take the PE of Apple. What is PE for Apple? Price per share divided by, I'm sorry, you take what? Expected earning per share for Apple multiplied by, now it's not Apple, but average industry PE ratio. Because you want to compare the price, just look at the house, right? You have to find the average price. So same concept, you have to find the average industry PE ratio. Because you want to get the stock price, you need to multiply PE ratio by E, right? By E, so that you get P. Example, Hill Shoe is a company that produce shoes, right, for children and young adults. So you want to find the PE, right? PE and estimate the price. So Hill CFO estimate company earnings, expected earning for year 2010, $1.83 per share. So how can Hill Shoe, how do you find the relative value for Hill Shoe? Let's say there are 3 competitors, right? Deckers, Nike, Timberland, right? Again, how do you find the intrinsic value? By using relative valuation. First step, you need to find average PE, right? Average PE for the industry, you get 22.61, and then take the average PE, multiply by your expected earning per share 1.83, right? So that you get PE, you get the price of the Hill Shoe 41.38, okay? By using this equation, 41.38, right? Here is how you get the value based on relative valuation, okay? So when you want to make decision, besides intrinsic value should be more than market value, but the easier way to do is to compare your multiples with industry multiples, right? Your stock supposed to be lower multiples compared to industry and the market, okay? So what should be the weakness for relative valuation? Number one, sometimes it's very hard to find direct competitors, the exact firm that sell the same product and service as your firm, right? And sometimes earnings forecast, they use different in accounting method, right? And window dressing, maybe they can manipulate the earnings, right, by using some technique. Maybe you use different depreciation methods so that you get different earnings. Nothing wrong with operation, but you get different earnings because of how to calculate, the method that you use to calculate the net income, right? It's different. So you get different PE ratio, okay? And the third problem is, how do you find the average PE ratio for industry? We have mean, mode, median. If the price per share for different company swing a lot, one company, let's say $5 per share, second company $10 per share, and the third company maybe $50,000 per share, can you use mean? Maybe not, right? You better use what? Median. Median is better measurement compared to mean, right? In this case, all right? So these are the weakness. So let's compare DCF or intrinsic valuation and relative valuation by using discount dividend and by using relative valuation or multiples. Which one is better? You actually need to use both, okay? Relative valuation should be thought of not as a substitute but as a complement of intrinsic value. As a complement. Sometimes you do intrinsic value, right, and you think, hey, it's undervalued. But if your undervalued stock is maybe somehow more expensive compared to the competitors, you're supposed to buy competitors instead of yourself, right? So you should double check your answer with relative valuation, okay? And now let's look at, sometimes you look at financial newspaper and you see this chart. So what I need you to know is how to read the code of the common stock, right? So this is very important. This is basic of BBA student. You should know. You see, this stock is Walt Disney. Okay, Walt Disney. You see the first term. You see this is Walt Disney Company. The stock price is right now 23.19, right? Which is what, lower than yesterday by 0.36 or negative 1.53% from yesterday. And then Disney, when you trade the stock, you need to know symbol, right? Symbol of Disney is DIS. And here is opening price of the day, highest price, lowest price of the day, right? Should know. And here is market cap. Market cap is well, right? Well means what? Number of share outstanding multiplied by market value. This is 52 weeks high and 52 weeks low, right? This is the maximum price for the previous 52 weeks and the minimum price for the previous 52 weeks, right? And here is the volume, right? Volume represent the number of share that being traded, right? Being traded. And the average volume means what? Represent the average volume on the typical day, okay? Here is the PE again, right? PE ratio. You look at this one, right? I will zoom this one out. So you get PE ratio 12.59. What does it mean? Investor willing to pay 12.59 US dollar for every $1 earning per share for Walt Disney. Beta is 1.1. Okay, beta is okay. In this is standardized systematic risk. Let me put this way. If beta equal to 1.11, can you, the way to interpret it is, if the market move 1% from yesterday, so if the market, the whole market index increase 1%, Walt Disney price will increase 1.11%, right? On the other hand, if the market drop 2%, Walt Disney price will drop 2.22%. So beta means multipliers, right, of market return. And here is beta. I explained to you earlier, right? Earning per share, right? Earning per share is net income divided by share outstanding. Dividend yield, dividend. The first one is dividend payment per share, right? Dividend per share. Yield means dividend per share divided by the market price, price right now. Share outstanding, right? Here's share outstanding 1.86 billion shares. And institutional ownership means the share that owned by maybe investment bank, right? Mutual funds, maybe like kind of, you know, private equity, maybe the firm that has their own research house, right? So this number can tell you something. If you have a lot of institutional ownership, it means what? The big guy, the big institution has the confidence for this stock, right? Okay.